I had some great feedback on the self-war blog that I did just a few days ago, and so I wanted to follow it up. As much as I had some great feedback, I had some questions as well, and so I want this blog to share some more thoughts about my self-war and even give you another example that will kind of give me an opportunity to expand on it. And one of the self-wars that I have fought since probably when I was little is the War of Rejection. I felt rejected by kids in the inner city that I lived with. I felt rejection from girlfriends. You know, when you're growing up in a difficult neighborhood, or even what seems like a perfect scenario, kids deal with rejection. But as a lot of you may remember or may not, I grew up in a real tough home with a few divorces, and so rejection just was kind of the backdrop that I lived under. In athletics, I played extremely aggressive because I felt rejection, and I was going to reject you before you rejected me. So it was just a war that I fought, and it's so clear now how the infidelity came into my life. I mean, I felt rejected. I felt like I was rejected everywhere, that it was never enough, and that I was constantly just being disapproved of. So here comes my affair partner, who seemingly approves of everything that I do or say and loves me no matter what and seems to answer all of my needs, and I never felt rejected from her ever. And so you can see the illusion of the perfect scenario. So let me back up and tell you that the way my self-war even tries to work now is I have this voice that comes to me and says, nobody cares about you. Nobody gives a rat's ass about what you have to say. Nobody wants to hear from you. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants your insight. Nobody wants to hear your thoughts on infidelity. I have this war, and I'm not talking about just this little vlog. I'm talking about helping couples and this and that. For as many people that say, man, thank you so much, Samuel, I have a number of people go, you know what, you're full of crap. I don't believe that. I don't think that's the truth. I don't see it that way, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is when you're helping people. But I have this war, and I have this crazy voice that comes to me, especially in my marriage, that will say, Samantha doesn't want you, she doesn't find you attractive, she just has sex with you because she has to, she doesn't want to be intimate with you, that's why she rejects you all the time, she's not in the mood, don't go ask her for sex, don't go be romantic, don't go and try and engage her, she's just going to reject you. And then sometimes she does, she doesn't reject me, but she's not in the mood or she doesn't want to. So here comes the crazy cycle, here comes the crazy button that gets pushed, and here comes the crazy voices, right? And what happens is, this self-war, if you don't know how to fight it, turns into self-deception. And that self-deception is what gives way to affairs and all kinds of dysfunction that starts to swirl in your marriage. Am I making sense? So, that's where recovery comes in. Recovery comes in, the right help, expert help, comes in to dispel the self-deception, which then will help you see the self-war that you're fighting, which will then help you understand how to fight that war with truth, which then helps you get healthy, which then repairs your marriage, or gives you the opportunity to repair your marriage, and you start to come full circle. But the self-war is what will kick the crap out of you, and if you don't know how to fight back against it, it leads to self-deception, and that self-deception is what leads knuckleheads like me to think, yeah, the answer to my problems is my affair partner. The answer to the war that I'm fighting inside, that I'm not even aware of it, is, yeah, she makes me feel great. She never rejects me. This is the answer to all of my problems, and it's complete self-deception. I hope this helps you, because you're fighting a self-war. You are. You may or may not know what your self-war is, but you got to find out, because as you find out, you can then remediate self-deception from your life and use truth to help you get healthy.